We have great news for everybody. Idiski Times, our newspaper, will be available at ShopRite stores across Gauteng from this Tuesday, the 26th of April, for absolutely free. Look for the newspaper stand. It's written Idiski Times between the tail points and the entrance, and just take your copy for free. And once you have the newspaper, you can enter our hashtag Idiski selfie competition by sharing a picture with yourself holding the newspaper on Facebook or Twitter, and 2 lucky readers will win 500 rands cash every week and an extra 500 rands in betting credit if you have an account with World Sports Betting. iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. Mamelodi Sundowns won. Petro Atletico won. Petro Atletico qualifies for the semi-finals of the CAF Champions League. No one would have expected that, particularly the Petro that we saw last season. We saw and we analyzed them last season, and within 12 months, they improved greatly. New Brazilian coach, new Brazilian striker, couple of players, and change of system, and there they are, deserving. It was a goal disallowed for them. We thought maybe the fortunes are not with them today, but they scored immediately thereafter. Fortunately and thankfully for VAR as well, that the referee did not allow that, but it was a penalty and it was given, and they scored it. Desrves Makhanya, our analyst here. Yes, sir. What a game, sir. Yeah. What a game, sir.
Yeah, definitely sure. Greetings to viewership.
Yes, sir.
Definitely sure. What a game. Because of the team has got so much resilience. It's got so much resilience. If you see Sundowns changing also the approach, man, the style,
yeah.
And it means, man, bahlala nebonda ngoba the team ye Petro when they started, they made sure that they defend properly, which was the first approach, which we need to defend properly, make sure that as considered. So it's announced had a couple of chances, maybe first half, my color, which I felt would maybe Shaluli good chance, but I could have been easier. Now again, it's ibuye when is Sundowns going to score the first goal? The sooner they scored the first goal, it was going to be at least a better game. But man, they scored the first goal second half. So, and also not taking away anything from Petro, they immediately they changed from what they were trying to do, from being defensive to attack. It's something that we normally speak about. You can't be staying with one tactic, but you can see it's not working for you. Yeah. So you should be able to adapt. So this is a team that's very structured, and also they are reactional. Whenever there's a need for them to be reactional, they become reactional. Because you check my individual tactics, very good. Group tactics, very good. There was a need to magic defending high line. They did that as well. So that's why also Sundowns resorted to also about high ball. Also, again, Sundowns could see they are not a team that is used to determine tempo. Opponents are determined tempo game. So they are the ones who are used to determine tempo game. So this tempo game, it needed a bit of agency. It needed a bit of speed, which is something Sundowns they normally cool it down mobile phone and lift it up mobile phone. So, but this team was not allowing them with by slow. Slow. It means they wouldn't break the team. So they needed to be more faster in terms of rotation, but faster. So they couldn't. Petro also. They had also three central defenders as well who made sure with the central they don't get anything. So Sundowns responded because of sometimes it's always nice to see responsive tactics. But Sundowns also responded another striker so that at least they push Petro back. So Petro, instead of Sundowns at least maybe trying to continue by trying to move the ball the normal way that they are used to. So still they resorted to a long ball. So a long ball, it becomes easy and predictable. You can see what is the other team trying to do. So which I felt is Sundowns for me. It's something no comfortable bazo you win a game le. So it's not something they're used to. It's not something they are used to with much from halfway by Pampa, from Masaitin by Pampa so much. Masil Semoyen anybody can challenge. Because also they had I think it was Pilato, the center back.
Yeah.
He was so good in there. He was so good in there. So he won everything as a Moyen. So it meant Uti Sundowns. I felt Uti they could have pushed more for more a combination play and see Uti maybe ingaba fisa gopi.
Yeah, I mean, I need to ask you this question, and it's perhaps a question that we ask ourselves whenever we have these kind of moments. At the first meeting of resistance, tactically, Sundowns they are breakable and they are beatable. They should have lost this game actually. If you think about the goal that was chalked off for Petro Atletico. We watched the MTN 8 final between Cape Town City, and you were there as one of the MTN 8 legends. We saw what Sundowns can be when there is resistance. There's a reason why, and there's a reason why I keep on highlighting it. There's a reason why Sundowns are always, not always, but there's a trend of the last 5 years. 4 times they've been knocked out of the quarterfinals. Because at the quarterfinal stages of the CAF Champions League, there is no dead rubber. There is no dead rubber. It's not the first preliminary round, second round, group stages. With group stages, there will always be 2 weaker teams than you. You know, because you are still Mamelodi Sundowns. What does this mean about them? Tactically, what does this mean about our league? That we cannot produce 5 teams that can give consistent resistance so that it becomes a more exciting league.
No, true that, and rightfully so. Every time it becomes easy, then iba enjoyable. Yajwayeleka lento lokuthi manje win ama game on a cruise. Ngoba Sundowns they've been doing lento le for a very long time. Ngoba you check now DStv Premiership. Already it's over already. So they've taken it in a joke by a joke. So that also it means ukuthi ibuya kulento esihlale njalo si practice ukuthi sikhuluma ukuthi they need to get a proper practice whereby at least they get that resistance, so that at least when they encounter such oppositions afana nala abahlane nawo namhlanje ngoba the biggest enemy ye Sundowns it's speed. Once in your game you impose a little bit of speed, resilience. You don't give anything away. Because of that team as well, they were so disciplined. They never gave anything away. So and also they never allowed the Sundowns to determine a tempo, and also buying a tempo whereby they can probe whenever they want to propose. You check first leg and the second leg. They didn't create obvious opportunity that we are used to Sundowns creating. Because of there was a resilience defense, there was a resilience midfield. Was even in the midfield here, Petro, very strong midfield. I was coming on number 14. Are you getting me so him so that his scout is scout. He is such a proper player. So for a change, you could see Sundowns instead of maybe Mabakala foot now. Our attacks were very narrow. They couldn't go my side. Because of my side in La Machita now enzile bewaphekile kwama baba double up, especially ama left backs abo nama right backs abo. So there were 2 players on the all the time. So it means my son is overload. There are people there. So maba immediately there are people who are resilient to and also it's a team that worked very hard in terms of maybe of the ball movement abo. Ngoba as much as they are resilient in ama tactics abo, they are also good in coming out of our lines abo. Ngoba they are very quick. Ngoba they've got number, I think number 26, who also gave them a problem, and also their striker. Their striker also, the Brazilian striker. I think it's Thiago.
Oh, yes,
it's Thiago. Yeah. Also, when there's a need for him to drop and make sure Guti they've got my lines are cleared, a bit tight. They are a striker as well. Their second striker normally would drop. Charlie. So. Meaning Uchali, they understood that he's the one who's giving who orchestrated the choir. So all the time Baluzi Pola utropela Uchali, so that Uchali also he's got a bit of a pressure, so that at least I directly game the way I mean like
is that a mystery to DStv Premiership teams? Is that mysterious? Is that a secret, an unknown bit of information that Andile Chali uthatha ku D-line or go goal kick? Angena midfield. Is that something that DStv Premiership coaches don't know about?
I mean, it's logic. lo muntu lo udlulile wayangale, so it means istriker makangale, istriker kumele simlandele strope off naye so that at least he makes it difficult ngoba manje uyayicreate le triangle ukuthi manje even nama center backs now aba comfortable nokuphuma aba comfortable nokuthi afake pressure uba comfortable ngoba simakasaza seka yi1 and nobody is really paying attention to him ngoba everybody like ku DStv Premiership usitshela ukuthi he's an anchor man, we can really maybe have somebody on him so that at least angayenzi lento afuna ukuyenza ngoba once we have somebody on a deep lying playmaker role, then it makes it difficult for the team that's having the ball to try and make sure that they conjure up something ngoba yonke into eqala orchestrator one, the main orchestrator, you look at the main orchestrator is Wandile Charlie, so all the time once he's being left free aqhubeka ngokuimpose izinto ngokuinstigate izinto, then it becomes a problem for the opposition team ngoba one thing again iSundowns that they normally do is to defend ngebhola ngoba all the time they know ukuthi once we keep the ball then it's another element you defend. So but this team was ready ukuthi whenever iSundowns izama ukuthi ya defender nangebhola, they were ready to win it and expose ama spaces nge-speed ngoba speed, I always say speed, nobody can survive speed all the time ngoba iSundowns they are a team that's building up in a slow build up, but they find a way of beating our teams la, so impose a way of having a element of speed nokuthi manje where do we hit them, because as much as we're moving forward there are gaps that we're leaving, so it's a duty, especially njengoba boyibeka ukuthi a preparation from lama coaches la, it's a duty to find those also ukuthi bashiya ispace kuphi ngoba you see umreno yakhuphuka, you see ulakhe yakhuphuka, so it means there are spaces there, so it means masilithola nathi akube duty yethu ukuthi sathatha those spaceless and also punish them so that at least if they decide to sit then there's less pressure, but if you keep on allowing them ukuthi baqhubeke then already manje uzithola unama overloads amaningi, then it becomes a problem for your team. So ngoba manje most team they resort to defending very deep, which sometimes it becomes a problem ngoba this team was very ready to go on a high line. It's announced Michael Polapa, they were ready to go on a high line, so if you go on a high line it means manje you compressing the space manje, there's no space to play, the space that we have is behind it defense behind the line, so behind the line for you to ukudlala behind the line is either it's going to be an offside or win emoyeni, so it means it's a team that is working ama tactics wabo, they were very good, and also coming out of their lines it was very good, so their lines were very clear and very organized as well.
All right, there you go. That's Mamelodi Sundowns being knocked out of the quarterfinals once again. I have a suspicion that we'll be here again next year if nothing improves in the way of competition domestically, because the best teams in Africa are in the top 8, which the quarterfinals. So you are one of them. There's no dead rubber there. You are always going to meet resistance. And if you only meet resistance on the 40th game you play in a season, or the 35th game you play in a season, technically, it's going to surprise you. And we're going to see the same pattern over and over again. Mamelodi Sundowns bow out of the CAF Champions League. iDiskiTV, iDiski Times, World Sports Betting. Thank you for watching us.